Shana Tova to everybody. I hope you had a good holiday and that this year will be healthy for you and for your loved ones. In the 5 minutes that are at my disposal, I will share with you some of our work with the growth and strategy team, specifically on the outlook for the global economy, and then switch to the implications that this has for venture. On the global economy, we know that this has been the deepest recession since World War II, worse even than the recession that we had about 10 years ago in 2008. It's been more severe and synchronized as a global recession, largely because it was driven by policies of lockdowns and shutdowns that have tried to flatten the curve. The relatively good news is that it's been also the shortest recession that we have on history. It lasted an average of only 4 months, and we have seen the start of a recovery of economic activity in most part of the world. This recovery was enabled by the fact that once the spread is controlled, the spread of the contagion is controlled in most places, we're able to reopen economic activity very quickly. And second, there has been massive policy stimulus as well, monetary, fiscal, credit and others in most of the advanced economies. So when you look at the data, it looks like we are now in a recovery. There is still some debate about the shape of the recovery, whether it's like a V or a U is still being watched closely. One of the reasons why it may be slower and therefore more like a U is that many firms and individuals have entered the crisis with a lot of debt in a highly leveraged position, and are now in a distress. They spend less, they invest less, and this deleveraging trend has implication for the recovery at large, and specifically for investments, which are a big driver for technology innovation. In ventures overall, over the past 6 months, we've been contemplating a little bit what's the themes for us, the key categories for us to look at in the year ahead. And I will give you a few here just to give you some flavor. One of them is reskilling the world. This is about the large shifts that are happening in the labor market and that are actually happening now much faster as a result of the economic environment. Paul Daugherty has written a book about it, AI plus Machine. This is about jobs going away and new ones being created. The rate at which this is happening is, in a normal year, in an average year, 3 to 5%. And it's been about 15% since the last 12 months, with AI taking over much, much faster than in the past. We think this is going to continue actually, and to continue for actually the next 5 years. So how do we handle the shifts in the marketplace is going to be extremely important looking forward for us and for our clients. As we think reskilling the world and helping find new pools of talents and jobs to fit in places such as hospitals where there are shortages of nurses. We've invested in SkyHub, which is a neural net analysis of skills based on tasks. We currently already have 72 projects with them and a pipeline worth $150 million. We've invested also in data residency as a service startup called InCountry. This is a completely different theme. This is around journey to cloud. Many of our partners, large platforms that are based on public clouds, do not enable compliance with local regulations that are all about maintaining within the jurisdiction the sensitive data such as individuals' private data, and not send it over to servers typically in the US. We invested in InCountry to enable that data residency as a service as part of our journey to cloud, providing storage and encryption and collaboration platforms and more. We are going to build an entire ecosystem around this to enable journey to cloud. System resiliency, this is about being better prepared for massive changes such as the one that we've seen with people moving to work from home. In this case specifically, we've invested in a company called Reactive. This is about predictive analytics to prevent energy blackouts, but the whole theme of predictive analytics and system resiliency specifically is going to be present across a number of other investments, including in threat intelligence. Edge system at scale, this is about the amount of compute being 100x what it is today, and going to be largely at the edge, on the endpoint in our devices. We need an architecture that enables the small message types in massive volumes that the edge is characterized by to be enabled. And so we have this architecture called NAST that works 12 times faster than Kafka. It's been tested by our labs, and we've invested in this company called Synadia. Last but not least, migration at scale. I will skip this one for time reason because I'm already 1 minute over, but these 5 categories hopefully give you an idea of how we are syncing our ventures approach to our global outlook on the economy and our corporate strategy as a firm. Thank you very much, and again, Shana Tova to everybody.